And you came back again? What, you want round 2? Leave it alone, okay? You're gonna break it off. Aw, this is so gonna get me in trouble with YouTube. Hello and welcome to Lost Signal. If you're new here, hi, I'm Voyia. I play a variety of games. I might record half of this now and the rest tomorrow, but the reason why I'm recording it now is because I have something in mind that I would like to record for the weekend. I found another game that I want to play for YouTube, and it is a cozy adventure game, but it is on Xbox. So I know how you guys like the visual novels, but I do like my cozy games. I'm a cozy game girly too, okay? I need y'all to work with me. So I'm gonna upload this freak nasty game. I'm sorry. I'm gonna upload this game. I'm not gonna give y'all too much, but I'm gonna upload this game for Friday. So you're about to get into some interesting stuff. Let me see if the about will tell you the warnings. It does not tell you the warnings, okay? I'm gonna go to their thing and I'm gonna read the warnings to you guys. The content warnings are death and teratophilia. If you cannot handle that or you don't know what it means, I will put the definition of teratophilia right here so you can read what it is. That's all it is, as far as I see. Let's get started. And if you're new here, it would mean the world to me if you subscribed, join the family, and that's about it. There is some not safe for work stuff here, okay? I'm going to tell y'all now, this is some not safe for work stuff. So please put your headphones on, turn it down, and get out of here if you know you're not supposed to be watching it. Let's get started. I said let's get started. Some routes in this visual novel contain the following possibility triggered materials: dubious consent, death, I was reading that. Can I go back to history and it shows it? No, it does not show it. As y'all read it. So, dude, let's just get started. It was supposed to be a nice weekend, a much needed gateway from reality. Decent lodge up in the mountains, where responsibilities and overdue bills and unfulfilled promises to call back would not be able to reach. Just you and your best friend. If it wasn't for this piece of shite car, this looks like a piece of shite car. Look at the stickers all over. This car has been through. Hey, Slipknot! I want to listen to Slipknot. Let's go. I listened to 2 songs by Kiss. I know who Black Sabbath is. I think I listened to 3 songs by Black Sabbath. 3 Days Grace. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I used to be emo, okay? Metallica? Oh my God. Nirvana. There's so many. Oh my goodness, there's so many that I know. Oh, there's so many that I know. Okay, I'm sorry. Nostalgia feeling. I haven't listened to a lot of my hardcore emo rock music in a while. I might go take a trip down memory lane now. If it wasn't for this piece of shite car, I'll call the garage. Lillian. You're Lillian. Okay. Okay. No way. You already paid for the rental and gas, and I can't afford it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to history, and it better be up there. Push it the rest of the way. You lost your mind. Trip? Is that your name? What is his name? Trip? You lost your mind, Trip. Not pushing your car. Well, frick. What? I guess the storm is really freaking with the signal. That or we're really in the middle of nowhere. You whip out your cell phone, only to see the deaded lack of bar on your device as well. This is a nightmare for me. Being trapped in the forest, in the woods. Being trapped in the woods, in an icy woods with a broke down car and no bars on my celly would trigger me to panic, and then I would curl up in the floor of the car and cry for an hour. Besides, I don't want to doubt your big muscles, but she gestures at her crutches, stashed in the back seat. I don't think you can push this clunker up the mountains on your lonesome. Plus, I'm pretty sure you'd freeze to death out in this blizzard. Better stay inside and wait for someone to help us. You groan and flip the hazard lights on in defeat. Hopefully rescue won't butt F us when it arrives. Air blows through her nose, which you know by now might as well be an uproar. I didn't know it was too loud in your ears. I'm gonna turn it down in the game. Between the two of you, she's the one who swears the most, as if she needed to use up all the F's she has to swallow down at work through the week. We all swallow down our F words at work, don't feel bad. But somehow it seems to amuse her to hear you swear, as if she was hearing a small child cursing, which she might as well be. 5 years ago, you wouldn't have imagined that the person you consider your best friend would be almost twice your age. But life is weird, and as you are growing into a full-fledged adult yourself, people older than you don't seem as ancient as they did when you were a teenager. At least he's not a teenager, because if this was she's a super old woman and he's 18, I probably would be super uncomfortable right now. So I'm glad that at least he's out of his teenage years. What you did learn from spending so much time with Lillian is that the struggles don't magically disappear. You mostly become better at pretending since you see them coming. You're far from it though. Else you would have your shite together and enough money in the bank to have fixed or trash this rust bucket. At the very least, you'd have fixed the heating, if not for you, for your friend, ill-equipped for the weather as she is. To be fair to her, you were supposed to be in front of the fireplace, drinking cheap warm wine and not freezing your butt off in your car. So you can't really nag her for only wearing a teddy in the middle of the coldest month of the year. You gotta come prepared. I would pack snacks, hand sanitizer, lube. No. Okay, no. Look, this is it said not safe for work, okay? Anyways, all that. I would pack all of that. Oh wait, did I finish reading that? Oh my goodness. In the coldest month of the year, yeah. Though, then as she is, she should know better than to forgo layers for style. Still, when you think about it, it's your fault if she's shivering, not even an hour into waiting for anyone, to be stupid enough to drive in this weather and across your path. Hell, if she catches a cold and has to miss work and then suffer from the consequences of her manager having to actually do his job for the next few months, it would be entirely your fault. You have to do something about this. I don't think anyone is coming. Okay? I'm gonna save. This is a new save, so I don't mind showing y'all that I'm saving. And while I'm saving, you guys can like and subscribe. Yeah. I got it all figured out. Find something. Oh my God. To insulate the car. But we don't have nothing. Go out and find help before snow gets worse. I don't know what's in their car for sure. So I'm gonna start top to bottom. We should try to keep the warmth inside. Yeah, sadly, I don't think all that junk you've hoarded will be enough. Shut up. They are kinda cute. They are cute. You know she is right though, because after digging a little bit through the empty bottles, forgotten magazines, and greasy paper bags, you find a sunshade you were looking for last summer buried under said trash. A win is a win, though. Installation should work both ways, right? Worth a shot. You put the sunshade up together. Okay, so we got a little privacy, I guess. While rummaging through CDs and energy bar wrappers in the glove compartment, you also managed to find the leftover hand warmer from last winter, when the heating was already broken. Score! You crack the pad and hand it to Lillian. Okay, so at least he's thinking about Lillian. I suppose that's a plus, I suppose. Despite having no gloves, she still hands it to you after a bit. So you end up passing it between the two of you. It helps a little bit, but you don't know for sure how long. Stay in the car, venture outside, top to bottom. Stay in the car. The heat pack feels like a band-aid on the open wound now that it's starting to get dark. You wouldn't want to drain your car's battery and risk being stranded without any hazard lights by turning the overhead lamp on, so you use your cell phone's torch. Oh no. Now our cell phones are gonna die. This is starting to feel like the worst sleepover ever. I wouldn't know. Never been to one. Not even like staying over at a birthday or staying the night at your friend's. Don't try to make sense of it. My father was a paranoid F. Ugh. Well, I mean, my dad wasn't there. I guess I did get to sleep at my grandmother's a few times. It takes you aback for a second. It's true that you have slept at Lillian's before, but you never shared the same room. She always lets you sleep on her sofa bed. Huh. I mean, that y'all are just friends, so it should be natural that she would let you just sleep on the couch instead of sleeping in the room with her? You're pretty sure you slept in the bed of most, if not all, of your childhood best friends. So the idea of someone having never experienced a sleepover is unfathomable. Man, it gives me to think that this would be your first. For real, like, I've slept over a friend's house before, but I had like all my siblings, so it just felt like I was at my own house, to be honest. Sleepover rules. I don't know why we stopped having them past a certain age. I guess cuddling just became awkward at some point. Maybe it's just me. Awkward beats frozen alive. Don't say you didn't think about it. You know exactly why your brain was evading even thinking of this idea. Lillian's like, well, not a mom. Your mommy issues aren't that bad. But she's like an older sister. Or a cousin, maybe? Or is this bullshit, vague, awkward feeling you invoked that is at work? So even if huddling together would be the best way to keep warm, it just felt weird to ask. But now that you look at her in the pale light of your cell phone, her lips are so pale, they almost seem blue. Oh. Don't tell me he's about to kiss her. He looks like he's about to kiss her. The heat pad could only go so far, and even if she hadn't been complaining, she visibly shivering. And she did hint at the idea first, so maybe we should. Maybe we should. Look, I'm not judging, okay? I promise you I'm not judging. But, I mean, we're in the winter. We're cold. Huddle up. Maybe we should. Should what? Cuddle for warmth? You know, like any survival show? I would have thought of penguins first, personally. At this rate, we might have to sleep it off anyway. The two of you never been physically close. Lillian is just not that touchy-feely to begin with. You hugged a couple of times at most since you met at a support group, and once was more her holding you up because you were still figuring your alcohol tolerance back then than an actual factual hug. So they met at a support group. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. The idea doesn't sound unpleasant, but feels foreign. You monkey out your front seat to move your bags out of the way and pull the back seat down at their lowest. Some clutter gets crushed in the process, and it still doesn't cover the snort coming from behind. But in the end, they do lay fairly flat. Well, at least we can get a decent night's sleep, ? You didn't expect. I've slept in plenty of cars. Let me be honest. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little backstory real quick. I've slept in plenty of cars, okay? My family traveled a lot, and we usually travel by car or truck or something like that. So sleeping in cars isn't foreign to me. The part that's foreign to me in this whole situation is the fact that Lillian's so casual about it. So I'm sure she's probably thought about it once or twice. And then he's like nervous. He's young. He's nervous. She's an older woman, more sophisticated, more knowing what she wants. So that's foreign to me because I don't date people younger than me. But I have been in the shoes of him, not her. I've been in the shoes of him where I'm dating someone older than me. And I just like, I feel a little awkward, and it's like, just relax. It's okay. Perfectly fine. You didn't expect to see Lillian unbuttoning her shirt when you whipped your head back. You must have been staring because she covers herself, red like a beet. I'm so sorry, Lillian. I thought you just started undressing. You didn't even tell me to look away. And then I know me, I'd be caught in the shock factor that she's undressing in front of me, that I would look, not because I'm trying to be a perv, but because I'm like, oh my God, she's undressing in front of me? Do you want me to hold something up? Do I need to hold something up? Do you want me to step out the car? That would have been like my thoughts racing, and then we would have been stuck here. Can you turn around? Sorry. Skin to skin will be much more efficient than trying to warm up through layers and layers of clothing, even if it seems a little counterintuitive to be stripping. I feel like warming up those layers might be more efficient. But I don't know. What do I know? I've never been stuck in the wilderness in the winter time. I know she's merely being pragmatic, but your heart still skips a beat when she clumsily squeezes her way to the back seat. Then it starts racing hard into your eardrums as you catch a glimpse of her naked leg. Hurry up, please. It doesn't stop as you rush to remove your hoodie and hands it to her. She had this plan the whole time. Lillian, we knew what you wanted. You wanted to throw those white double chocolate booty cheeks on that boy and just say you like Trip. Just say you like Trip. I swear she's making it more awkward. You're relieved to see she kept her underwear. Because, of course she did, you dumb butt. You can't help it. You've been schmorny as frick since you started. And Lillian has always looked good. You just did not look at her this way before. Right? Well, at least we'll be warm, I guess. I guess they did do the smart thing and put their layers on top of them. So that's a plus. By the time you are done removing all your layers, she already had covered herself with your clothes. You shuffled under the makeshift blanket, add the rest of your stuff to it, and scoot closer to Lillian. You look at each other dumbly for a second before you decide to open your arms, letting her come closer before encircling her shivering frame. Oh, this is so sweet. This is more like a love thing. Like, I love you as a friend thing. I wouldn't even get. Of course, he's a guy. Okay, he's a guy. We all heard. Guys only think of one thing. It's not all guys. Okay, he's being respectful. He could have. Like he said. She's frail. She's kind of skinny. I'm sure he could overpower her in here. And I'm not saying he should do that or whatever. But if he really wanted to be a ick with a capital D, he would have done something so terrible like that, and then we would have hated him. But he's being respectful. He's not trying to touch nothing. He ain't trying to like, let me feel her. Well, we haven't gotten through it yet, so we don't know, but he's just trying to make sure she's cold and she feels better. Man, her skin is ice cold. You really let it get this bad without thinking much more of it. Forget awkwardness. Guilt is 10 times worse. He's a great guy. This is a great guy. He deserves a relationship. I don't care what nobody said. You rub her arms to try to warm them up faster, shivering as she knocked her bony legs between your burning thighs. She lets out a small sigh as her temperature evens out. Eventually, even the shame subsides and you find yourself staring at the snow piled on the rear window. Despite the welling wind slithering through the old joints of the doors, everything feels so muffled, like a blanket has been thrown over the world too. I mean, I'm sure the car's getting covered. That's not gonna make it warmer, but I guess y'all huddling together will make it warm. It makes every little shuffling even more obvious. And Lillian is shuffling a lot. Are you uncomfortable? No, it's okay. Despite her replying, she doesn't look up from your chest. If anything, she buries herself a little more under the cover. It's so weird to look at her from this angle. Usually, you're the one who has to crane his neck to speak. She looks so much smaller like this, more vulnerable. Panty issues? She growls in annoyance before muttering under her breath. Don't say it like that. My bad. It wouldn't be the first time she told you about these kind of discomfort, though usually it's in a sort of solidarity with the pains of binding for way too long at a time, which you concede is not as embarrassing. Your body does have its own way of betraying you by giving a second wind to your palpitations, which Lillian can definitely feel with her cheeks against your chest. You can't help it. You didn't think she couldn't inflict this kind of response on anyone, really. You haven't been that successful in this department with the regular folks, and hungry guys on Grindr do not really count. So he swings both ways. There's nothing wrong with that. It's better to experience it now than to wait till you're older and then try to jump at experiencing everything at once. You could crash. And this is Lillian. There's a tense pause, filled with the awkwardness that feels foreign between the both of you. You're usually so comfortable in the company of each other, but the proximity and the weird feelings brewing in the pit of your stomach is throwing everything off. Offer to help. Top to bottom, offer to help. I wouldn't mind if you remove them, you know. She finally looks up from your chest, and you can feel your confidence melt instantly into a stupid, nervous laugh. Everything feels almost unbearably hot, your skin clammy against hers, like uttering those words have turned you into a soup that even the blizzard can't turn solid again. There's an uncertain curiosity in her usual tired, icy eyes, like she's trying to figure out whether you're making fun of her or not, but she hasn't refused either. So even if it feels strange, you tentatively let your hand glide along her side, tracing her ribs until the pulp of your fingers brush against the offending garment. At this point, I'm telling y'all now, you should look away if this is not something you want to see. Playing with the elastic of the waistband, waiting for some sort of permission that never comes, just a piercing gaze. So you lean forward, slowly, closing your eyes and hoping you don't look like the first guy you made out with. But all these thoughts evaded you when you feel Lillian's hands at the back of your nape and her chapped lips against yours. It's a held back hunger, sudden but crass, hesitant in the way you both would and wouldn't have expected from her. Lillian always walked on the edge, sometimes so self-assured and wise, and others clumsier than you. She does feel like the type like I'm whatever, it's whatever. Like other people scared her as soon as they don't need her to be in charge, to be the voice of reason, stuck all alone in the driver's seat. Scared to open up, hiding behind the sarcasm, starving for warmth, even more obvious when she eagerly opens her mouth as you do. You try to keep focus, bending down awkwardly to rid her of her underwear, but she beats you to it, kicking you in the stomach in the process. Shite. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I sure freaking hope so. You laugh and she goes to hide her red face into your neck, headbutting you in such a cat-like manner that you can't help but smile even harder. You aren't so tough when she starts nipping at your skin there, snatching a yelp out of you. You feel her grin against your sensitive spot, so you decide to strike back, shoving your leg between hers, earning you a little gasp when you grind your knee into the soft flesh. You crane your head up to kiss her again, muffling the noise. You almost feel dizzy when you make a break for air. Aw, this is so gonna get me in trouble with YouTube. Aw, this is so sweet. I can show this part, but I can't show the rest of it. Good? She simply nods, lips pressed firmly, breathing hard. Subconsciously, you inch closer and closer to each other until there were barely any space left between your bodies. With each small rock of her hips, you feel her pressing against your broad belly, firm yet soft, ever so slightly wet. I read that. I did. It's wet because you're sweating. You know, skin to skin contact makes you sweat. And in kind, you grind against her slender thighs, pressing hard against your drenched old boxer shorts. They're sweating, okay? They're hot. They're cuddling, so they're hot. Post pounding your temple in kind with the heat between your legs, tingling staccato growing more sharp as you bore into each other. Cheek against her damp sternum, her nails dig into your flesh, leaving a thrilling sting as she clings to the rolls of your back, her whole body stuttering. A lone whine you can barely hear as her other hand clings to your head, burying your face against her nascent chest. You think you might pass out from how hard she's holding you there. It might be the reason you feel electricity course through your your body. She finally stops shaking and relents, letting you take a big gasp of air as you roll on your backs. The whole world struggles to come back into focus behind the foggy windows, even as you slowly start feeling how damp and sticky your skin still is. It's because we're sweating. There's a knock from the outside, and suddenly you are all too aware of how stale the air must be inside the car. Lillian rushes to put something on, grabbing your hoodie and sliding on her pants without even bothering with her underwear. You hope she stayed like this. You hope that if you actually get to the lodge in the end, you don't leave what happened to be taken by the blizzard. No stagnation, no regression. You're tired of that. You look at her, switching from cursing to her customer service voice as she cracks open the window to speak to the stranger and smile so wide when she looks back in horror at you. Sorry. Put on something for God's sake. Ending C, friendly fire. Let's go back in and get another ending. This time I'm going to go outside and see if I can find help. We can't be that far from the house or the gas station. What? No. You're going to get lost in this fog. The snow is only going to get worse if we wait. Trip. The firmness of her voice ignites some leftover teenage rebellion deep within you, and the words rush out without stopping by your brain. Don't act like my mom, Lil. The accusation bites hard enough for her to physically recoil, tainting you with the first sign of regrets. Wow. Maybe the cold will cool off the outburst, because by the time you're outside, you start feeling the taste of it at the back of your throat. It is freezing out there though. Even with your many layers, the wind manages to pierce all of them and get through your core in a matter of minutes. Next to it, the side of your poorly insulated car feels almost cozy. There is still time to go back with your tail between your legs. Push forward. I'm sure, again, I read the thingy and I think it said there are 3 endings. How many endings were there? 6. There are 6 endings. I'm assuming that one can end in death. There are 6 endings. There's no way you're coming back without someone to tow you or fix your car. Lillian knows how much you hate being babied, excuse me. If anything, she is the one who will have to apologize once you're back. You followed what you think is the road for a little bit, trudging through the snow. There's nothing but a long uphill expanse of snow, bordering by tall pines swaying violently in the blizzard. Your legs tire from having to move through the thick icy layers, your jeans quickly soaking up the snow clinging to them. Still, there is nothing. Or is there? Oh my goodness, when you squint, you feel like you see a shadow in the distance, just a little further. Push forward, I guess. You will your body to move just a little bit more through the snowstorm until eventually the shadow takes a human shape. Relief washes over you instantly, gathering the last of your energy to hurry and call out to the stranger. They do not answer, seeming always ever so out of reach. Oh my goodness, are we hallucinating? That's what this is? Is this what happens when you get too cold? Perhaps they didn't hear you above the rushing wind whipping your cheeks, so you pushed. The effort actually makes your freezing body start to warm up, almost uncomfortably so. So, you shed your scarf, bunching it up into your hand at first before letting go of it completely, calling after the stranger. Great. Yeah, this looks like a trustworthy person. By the time you turn around, finally close enough to see their face, the heat has led you to abandon your coat and your hat, and yet not even the icy wind on your sweat-slicked forehead can calm the fever that seems to have overtaken you. If anything, it feels stronger now. The stranger reaches towards your damp face, and their palm is so warm it almost burns. But you can't help but nuzzle against it. It feels like the pleasant pain of holding a fresh hot mug in your hands after shoveling snow. When the second joins the first on your nape, you swear you could be melting on the spot, almost delirious of how hot it feels. Your head spins so much you barely feel them tilt your face upwards before a flow of warmth spills down your throat, their strangely cold lips against yours. You can't question it. You're not able to anymore. All you can think about is hot, hot, hot. So unbearably hot, you need to rid yourself of your hoodie. And As soon as you do, the stranger snakes their indecent hand under your t-shirt, leaving blistering warmth along your belly and up to the tape of your neck. I think I meant Nate. I don't know. Can I please get some help before you just jump on me? Really soon, it is almost the only thing that you are wearing, laying down in the snow without being able to cool down, with them above you, smiling, grinning, running against you, making you mew pathetically. But you don't care. All you care about is how warm you are, how good it feels. There is only want, no need to be held. You melt under searing hot touch, to lie and be consumed on your pyre of ice. I can't show that. Oh my God. I might can show it after it passes that. Okay, I can show this. This is fine. Oh my God. That is scary. Your mind has been reduced to slush, sloshing around in this head of yours as you throw it back, wraithing in the snow as a creature rides you into ecstasy, licking ice cold strips down your neck. You tremble. Or are you shivering? You cannot tell anymore as drowsiness washes over you. You can barely see your icy breath along the blinding whiteness that envelops you. As you fade away, you think of your friend in the car, ending A, hypothermia. Okay, this time I'm gonna give up and go back to the car. You are frozen to the bone. If you don't try to go back now, you're not even sure you'll be able to. You can only go from the incline of the slope, but you turn around and try to make your way to the car. Lillian was right. This was reckless and stupid. Stupid? Lillian was right. This was reckless and stupid. Each shallow breath you take seems to draw in more cold into your lungs, even though you do your best to breathe from your nose, and the more snow piles around you. The more laboring it gets to move through it. Snow is nothing. A lot of people be like, oh, I'd rather be stuck in a blizzard than to be stuck in the desert in the heat. Snow is nothing to mess with either. Apparently, it makes you delirious. Hypothermia, as you I can see. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy out there. Before you know it, you stumble. Or did you slip? Some of the snow cushions your fall while you roll down, unable to do much more but tuck in your head. Luckily, it's your back that meets the tree first, though you don't find much comfort in the sharp pain that spreads through the other side of your ribcage. You find it hard to gather your strength to push yourself up again now that you are still. Everything feels silent, almost muffled, despite the wind howling through the branches of the pines. You feel so exhausted. And you came back again? What, you want round 2? Leave it alone, okay? You're gonna break it off. When your eyelids flutter for the last time, you barely register the form standing above you, ending A, B, hypothermia? Huh. That was 3, right? I need to write this down. I've gotten the ending with Lilith in the car. That's 1. The hypothermia and then hypothermia A. That's 3. So we just need 6 more. And 3. We need 3 more. I push forward twice, and there's nothing after you push forward the second time. It just goes into that ending of the hypothermia or whatever. So I'm going to go back to the car on the first push forward. It kills you to do this, but you quickly reemerge from the fog and back into the car. You want to sit in silence and dust off the snow that clings to your hat, but Lillian cannot help but break it. And now your clothes are wet. Great job. You can really be an itch sometimes, Lil. And you can really be a brat. It's like young girl, brat, and older gentleman or man, older man, like, you're such a brat type of guy, like nonchalant, don't care, whatever. The roles have been reversed. Now it's young man, brat, and you can just be a butt sometimes type of guy, type of girl, excuse me. Despite biting back, her tone is not as venomous as her first remark. If anything, she looks even more exhausted than usual. A shaky sigh slithers through before she starts fumbling with her coat. Get rid of them. We gotta warm you up. It's pretty obvious what she means. You wouldn't have thought that you would ever pout like a petulant child while a woman is asking you to strip. I mean, anger could get to anybody. It don't even matter. And yet, there couldn't be anything less sexy in this situation. This feels like your mother asking you to get ready for your bath, and you comply with as much reluctance as you did back then, climbing into the back seat to move your bags and lower as much trash in your car allows it. Clean your car out. If this tells you anything, if you're gonna go on a trip, clean your car. What makes it painful is that you so rarely get to hug or get hugged by Lillian, and it has to happen when you're peed off at her in the middle of a freaking blizzard for no reason other than she's right and you were wrong. There's a little comfort in feeling her cold skin grow warmer when she spoons you, or in your own warmth slowly coming back to you. You feel better, and you feel like shite. Neither of you ever really apologized for what happened that day. Eventually, you find yourself drifting apart, ending E. That sucks. This ending sucks. What happens if we venture outside with the heat pack? I think no one is coming, Lil. Okay, so let's see if this is still... Oh, it's not the same. I'm trying to skip it, as y'all can see in the corner. It's not skipping. It will be dark soon. It's too dangerous to go outside now. There has to be a house or something not that far. And if there isn't, I will follow the road back down to the car. It'll be fine. Lillian stares at you for a while. Now that you're looking at her so intensely, you notice how pale her lips have gone. Spending the night in the car is not the option for her, which fuels your determination not to budge. All right, but take the heat pack. The effort she had to make to concede lets you know that it's non-negotiable. Take the scarf then. With my coat closed, I won't need it out there. Okay. So it's like a better outcome of this. The icy gust of wind and snow that rushes in when you open the door cuts any retort she might have, and before you know it, you're facing the blizzard. The little heat pack stashed deep into your pockets of your sweatshirt under your coat. Sadly, it doesn't make trudging uphill through the thick snow against the wind any easier, but you push on, thinking about your friend back there. There is nothing but a rapidly darkened gray all around you, trapped into the infinite unloaded area, running into the fog like you're trying to find the boundaries of the world and oob out of it. I think that was a little mistake. We'll keep going. Back to safety, back to where life is, and not just trees and asphalt buried under snow. I mean, yeah, you guys traveled pretty far. Like, you can't even see the street. Oh man, this is a nightmare for me. You nearly decide to go back before you suddenly see the faint light amidst the static. You try to scream, but all that does is let icy wind snake its way right through your lungs, freezing you from the inside. You push towards the light. You feel your muscles seizing. You're so close, yet you curl up into a ball. No! We still die? If only you could burrow deep inside the earth to escape this nightmare. You start digging your fingers into the snow, barely registering the ice scraping your knuckles. half digging, half crawling on all four. There is only the howling wind and the desperate attempts for shelter. So much so that you don't notice anything before a solid hand fishes you out of the snow by the arm, speaking gibberish. Okay? By the time they get to the car, you nearly recover sensation in your bandaged fingers. It's not too bad, but it's not the mere frost nip either, according to the guy. Okay? Oh, is that Lillian? When they finally get back, Lillian nearly falls into your arms, holding so tight. You're pretty sure she's not merely trembling due to the cold. It feels weird, but it feels nice. So you hug her back. And in B, frostbitten. That's so cute. This is so cute. I love it. So this is one of the options I didn't take, and we're only missing one ending. So I'm going to say these things happen. Just ignore it. I wouldn't mind if you remove them, Wait, did I hit the right thing? These things happen. Just ignore it. Oh, he still says that. Okay. She finally looks up from your chest. You clarify. It's not that big a deal. I used to shower with some of my friends, so... Lillian laughs softly, barely a breath as usual, while shaking her head. Her hair tickles your chest, and something flutters deep inside your chest. You're sweet, but it will go on its own. Don't worry about it, if you say so. Some of the awkwardness finally dissolves, letting you relax a little in the embrace. ... You wake up in a jolt as someone knocks on the window. It actually takes you a minute to adjust to the darkness. Did you really manage to fall asleep this deeply? Lillian puts on her pants and wraps herself in your coat before opening the window just a bit to answer the woman who happened upon the car while you stay dazed in your makeshift bed. Wiping the drool from your chin. I'm assuming it's the person that we saw in the snow. Come on, Sleeping Beauty. They're gonna tow us. Put on some clothes. I was just resting my eyes. She laughs and do her best to climb back into the front seat, giving a thumbs up to the people outside. Ending D, Sleeping Beauty. That is all the endings, and the game crashed. Let's see. I'm gonna go through the endings right here because I've written down some. We got one with Lillian snuggling that meow meow on me. We got the hypothermia A and B. That's 3. We got rescued at the lodge thing. The frostbitten one. We got one where we died at a tree. And then this one. This was the last one. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. I wish the game did not crash, but it definitely did crash. If you enjoyed this, hit that thumbs up. All right? And I will see each and every one of you in the next episode. Peace and love. Stay safe out there, everybody. Don't get caught in the frostbite. Bye-bye.